Practical Knowledge. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We're under the leadership of Commander General YAHANNA. Of course, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, IUIC, GMS, HOI, any other Israelite group that's not under the leadership of Commander General YAHANNA. They are not in the truth. You understand? And what we teach is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible. You understand? And this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. I'm Priest Officer Maradaki of Fidi. And we need to realize that brotherhood is our true economy. You understand? Because brotherhood is literally all we have. You understand? Brotherhood is going to get us out of a lot of mess. Brotherhood is going to get us out as far as possibly getting killed. Brotherhood is going to endure as far as dealing with females. You understand? Of course, within the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we do have a broad understanding of how to deal with brothers, and mainly how to deal with America. You understand? Because we are in a dying time, meaning, of course, the prophecies dealing with World War III. You understand? And a lot of people, you understand, as far as bash the I.S.U.P.K when as far as dealing with World War III and dealing with the prophecies that was back in 2000 with head priest Ariah. You understand? And we're going to, of course, like always, you understand, this has not been broken down once. You understand? But we're gonna go into the story of Jonah. You understand? And we're going to break that down, as well as add a couple of our brothers and sisters stop me. You understand? Because they see be rocking my Hebrew Academy jacket, you know, within the stores, and you know, they always ask me as far as how come you don't always wear your fringes. So that's something we're gonna touch in on as well too. You understand? Because we have to realize, you know, within the I.S.U.P.K that this is a profession. You understand? We are professional. You understand? Teachers, just like, you know, you have professional basketball players, just like you have professional football players. I mean, like, the list goes on and on. I mean, you know, we can think about the best basketball player from here back to the 90s. You understand? Or even the 80s, you know, and a lot of people will argue within this time frame, you know, we have the best basketball players within this time frame. But of course, if you get, you know, someone that was born in the 80s or 70s, you know, they will, you know, bring up as far as Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Akeem Olajuwon, Dr. J, and the list goes on and on. You understand? But you understand, I say this to all to say, you understand, that we are very professional in here, and we take our business very, very serious. You understand? So, of course, you understand, dealing with stories within the Bible, you always want to get a Zondervan pictorial Bible dictionary. You understand? Because that will give you and lead you to exactly that time frame of one, of course, who we're dealing with, and of course the time frame it was, and then also who was living, you know, within that time frame. Of course, going on contemporaries, you know, meaning who was alive within that time frame. You understand? So of course, here within the I.S.U.P.K, we take this profession very, very seriously, and you can go online to pick up that Zondervan Bible dictionary. But if you want to go just a little bit more deep into it, you want to get a pictorial Bible dictionary, and then of course, you know, you have to read it at face value. You understand? Because you don't want to get as far as caught up in doctrines. You understand? Because it can come off as Christian, or just not as a biblical, a true biblical background. You understand? Because majority of these books are indeed written by our oppressor, but we should use them as just as they are. You understand? For research, for archaeology proof. You understand? As far as dealing with the time frame. You understand? So, of course, within a Joel time frame, Jubal, and that's spelled Jubal. You understand? And you can find that within the book of Genesis. You understand? So this time frame had happened within the split of the northern kingdom, and just a split of the northern kingdoms, the south and northern kingdom. And also you can find this in Second Kings as well too. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It's around the same time, and they talk about Jonah, and they talk about the actual tribe. You understand? But this particular tribe was a so-called anywhere from Argentina to Chile. So you understand? So Jonah, he was sent to Israel. You understand? So of course, once again tonight we'll be going into that story of Jonah, because a lot of people like to get that mixed up with the 2000 prophecy. You understand? So we're gonna go ahead and go to the book of Jonah, Jonah 1:1, if you could, when you can, sir. And of course, you understand. So Jonah, he was first mentioned within 2 Kings chapter 14 and verse 25. And of course, just for time's sake, you will be able to, as far as read that on your own time. But if we can go ahead and get Jonah chapter 1 and verse 1.
Jonah chapter 1 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying.
You understand? And of course, just like we said in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 14 and verse 25, you understand? Like it talks about the pedigree of Jonah as far as who his father was, and now we're reading it now in the book of Jonah. Keep going.
Verse 2.
And so like and if I could, of course, you understand? So no, sir. We're just gonna go and keep on reading. Shalagi.
Verse 2, arise, go to Nineveh.
So it's saying arise, meaning go to Nineveh. You understand? So of course, once again, within this time frame, this was in Assyria. You understand? So, and of course, the Israelites, they were in Assyria. Then of course, we have to ask a question as far as what is the capital of America. You understand? I'm not for certain if there are people online. You understand? Of course, we want to get a lot of class participation. You understand? So, what is the capital of America? If I could. And if not, I'm gonna give it a couple more moments. And then what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to look online as well too. While we're waiting for that answer. It's only a couple comments, so now it's online right now. All right, so no sweat. So of course, it's DC. You know what I'm saying? Before DC, leaving the early 90s, DC was called Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? DC was definitely called Chocolate City. Since the mid 90s, late 90s, Chocolate City has been transferred, or now it's Chocolate City is down there in Atlanta, Georgia. So you understand. So just like as far as, of course, when dealing with Chocolate City, it's just meaning that there were a lot of black people within that area. You know what I'm saying? So just like in Assyria, you know what I'm saying, as far as dealing with the Bible here, there were a lot of black people within that area. So of course, you know what I'm saying, just dealing with America, before the mid 90s, there were a lot of black people within DC. But now, they call Chocolate City Atlanta, which is a mass population of black people. Let's see here, and then of course, you understand. Of course, we do understand when dealing with America, Israel, we built America. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we truly built America to exactly what it is now. I mean, like, you wouldn't see all these great buildings, all these great cities, if it wasn't for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly how it was within Assyria as well too. You understand? So, and then of course, if we go into the book of Tobit, which we will do in a later of this later within the class, and then also Judah picks up as well too, as far as this story of Nineveh, and as far as showing exactly how it was destroyed. We can keep on going.
Verse 3, verse 2. Go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it.
You understand? So of course, Tobit was sent to Nineveh by the Most High to go to prophesy to it. You understand? And of course, we're gonna get into it in the later of the story. Keep going.
For their wickedness is come up before me.
You understand? So their wickedness has come up before the Most High. Meaning, you understand, Jonah, he was sent by the Most High to go to Nineveh because of the wickedness. You understand? Because of its wrongdoing as far as not following the law, statutes, and commandments according to the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 3. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord.
You understand? And some may have some may say, you understand, as far as learning and tried as far as to what Jonah was running from the presence of the Lord. You understand? Like, that's just like the same as far as, when brothers come into the truth and then the Most High, or they get an order down, you know what I'm saying, and they feel some type of way about the order and they don't feel like they need to do it, so they just flee from the presence of where the Most High dwells. And of course, we do know by now, of course, that the where the Most High dwells is only in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? And we've been saying this since 1969, man. Keep going.
And went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof.
You understand? And of course, you understand, just going back as far as to other reasons why brothers and sisters leave the truth, you know what I'm saying? It can be because of anything. I mean, like, family members may deceive you. You know what I'm saying? And within the scriptures, it says that Christ, out of Christ's own mouth, that he come not to send peace but a sword. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep on reading down, it says that he's coming to, and I'm paraphrasing, to set a variance against the father and son, the daughter and mother, and the in-laws as well too. You understand? So of course, once you come into this body, you understand, like, you are definitely going to be expected to do things, and sometimes 9 out of 10 times it's going to be something that you feel uncomfortable doing. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. So he paid the fare thereof and went down into it,
mm-hmm,
to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord.
uh-huh.
Verse 4. But the Lord sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea.
You understand? And we need to understand as far as who exactly we serve, man. You understand? We need to fully understand exactly who we truly serve, man. You understand? Because the Most High, he can cut you off and replace you just like that, just within a blink of an eye, man. You understand? So when we do receive these orders, and when we do receive as far as guidance and counseling and advice from the men above us, we have to take it very, very seriously, because our life truly depends on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, of course, know the ones that labor amongst you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they are here to to literally guide you and in some cases literally save your life. Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. But the Lord sent a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken.
You understand? And of course, once again, you understand, like, who set the foundation of the earth, man? You understand? So of course, if the Most High, and of course, you understand, like, we should definitely know by now, you understand, that the Most High is a man. You understand, like, you find that within the scriptures as well too. You understand? So if the Most High set the foundations of the earth, don't you think that He has the ability to destroy the earth? Or, you know what I'm saying, as far as the ability to allow to allow earthquakes and hurricanes and mass winds happen, tsunamis happening, you understand, hurricane within and earthquakes within diverse places. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that the Most High is allowing, man. Keep going.
Verse 5. Then the mariners were afraid.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, no, it's just like, you can go and keep on reading.
And cried every man unto his God. And cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea.
You understand? So one question that you have to ask yourself, you understand, when dealing with these people on this ship, you understand, like, you have to ask yourself as far as why were they praying, you understand, like, to their own gods, man? Why were they truly praying to their own gods? Of course, we're going to get into it. Keep reading if you don't mind.
God. To lighten it up them. But Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep.
You understand? Because Jonah already knew what was going on. You understand? Like, Jonah, he went to sleep very, very fast because he already knew what was going on. You understand? And of course, him falling asleep made him understand, of course, that the Most High was dealing with him, man. And of course, we're gonna keep on reading into this story to see why and what happens exactly to Jonah.
Verse 6. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper?
You understand? So you know, of course, you know, you have everybody on this ship. You understand? You have everybody on this ship wondering, you know, like, what in the world is going on? You understand? Like, why is this happening? And then the shipmaster, he came to Jonah and said, you know, like, why is this matter? You know, you understand? Like, why is this happening? You understand? And of course, you understand, like, we know exactly what's going on right now. You understand? Rumors of World War III. You understand? You have Iran bombing U.S. embassies. You understand? So, like, he wanted to know exactly why are these strong winds coming against us? Keep going.
Come. Arise, call upon thy God. If so be that God will think upon us, and we perish not.
Okay.
Verse 7. And they said every one to his fellow, Come and let us cast lots.
You understand? Meaning, you understand when it's saying, like, when it's meaning as far as casting lots. You understand? Like, you have to you have to, as far as that's like taking a chance. You understand? As far as like rolling dice, or, you know, like casting a bet for some type of hope towards someone. Keep going.
Verse 7. That we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. Verse 8. Then said they unto him, Tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil upon us? What is thine occupation? And whence comest thou?
You understand? So of course, you understand, like, they're questioning Jonah right now. Like who sent you? You understand? Like why is this happening to us? You understand? Like, why is this happening to us? You understand? Like, we're nobody. You understand? As far as saying, you know, like, why are these strong winds happening? Why is the Most High looking to kill us right now? Keep going.
Come. What is thy country? And of what people art thou? Verse 9. And he said unto them, I am an Hebrew.
He said what?
I am an Hebrew.
He said what?
I am in the Hebrew.
He said he's in Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, of course, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, of course, you understand that he's in Hebrew Israelite, man. Keep going.
I am in Hebrew, and I fear the Lord.
You understand? Meaning, you understand that he knew exactly what his mission was, but of course, he ran off and think that thought that he was able to manipulate the Most High, which of course created the foundations of the earth, man. You know, so like there's no way that you will be able to manipulate the Most High at all, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing it right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to pretty much state his registry. You understand? Saying that, okay, yeah, you know, like I'm Jonah, you understand, and I'm a Hebrew, and you know all this is happening because of me. You understand? And we're going to get into that. So if you keep reading, sir.
God. And Salaki, the God of heaven, which hath made the sea and the dry land.
You understand? And of course, you know what I'm saying, Jonah said, you know what I'm saying, that he fears the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look within our America here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tell you to be comfortable with who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tell you to be comfortable believing that Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, is a white man with stringy hair with blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? And of course, if we go within scriptures, we know that he's a dark man. You know what I'm saying? As far as just being comfortable with the Most High and just being comfortable with life. You know what I'm saying? Because a Christian pastor, he's going to continue to embed that in your mind that, you know what, everything is going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? If your mom, if you can see a little baby on social media mimicking her grandma saying that mama can't pay her $7 rent, you understand, and you go to your Christian pastor, he's gonna say, oh, you know what, it's okay, man, it's okay, everything's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And of course, here within the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, we're going to make sure that sister $7 rent get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna make fun of that sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, that video was very, very funny, man. But there's a bigger picture to look at, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, who's the father? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's her uncles? You know what I'm saying? Like, where her cousins? Where her brothers and sisters, if she has some, man? You telling me that throughout a whole family y'all can't scrummage up $7? You know what I'm saying? All for rent, man. And this is the place that we live in right now, man. And this is something that we should take very, very seriously, of course, man. But you know, like just going back, you know what I'm saying, to the Christian pastors, man, to all of these people that say that they are truly for black people, but when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying, like, they're not on the front lines, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're truly just being observant, man, and say, oh, you know, just go and pray to God, everything's gonna be all right, or you know what, baby, you know what I'm saying, like, God's gonna make a way. No, man, you know what I'm saying, like, the Bible says faith, you know what I'm saying, like, faith, you know what I'm saying, meaning as far as works, man. You know what I'm saying, like, you can have all the faith in the world, man, but if you're not putting in the work, man, the Most High is not going to honor that, man. You know what I'm saying, like, and within the scriptures, it says, like, it gets to a point where the Most High is not even going to honor your prayers, man. Keep going.
God. Verse 9, it's like verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then were the men exceedingly afraid and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord, because he had told them. Verse 11.
And of course, it's like, when you think about as far as America, You know what I'm saying? When you go to the book of Revelations, when it talk about the merchants and the mourning and the lamenting, because America least, of course, it's like everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Within biblical proof, you know what I'm saying, that 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 America is going to fall, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Babylon the Great is going to truly fall, man. And America is least it has to expire, man. You know what I'm saying? For the wrongdoing that they have done to the Most High chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that World War III is going to happen, man. It talks about that throughout the scriptures, man. Keep going.
John. Then said unto us, for the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord, because he had told them. Verse 11. Then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea rode and was tempestuous. Verse 12. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea.
You understand? So Jonah got to the point where like he was just like, man, you know what? This is all my wrongdoing. You understand? Like I don't want to see other people die. You understand? So what, man? So it's my fault. You understand? And of course, you understand? Like we blame ourselves for a lot of things. You understand? And of course, 9 out of 10 times it definitely be our fault. You understand? But of course, you know what I'm saying, dealing with this story, man. Jonah knew that he was at fault, man, for doing what, man? For not going to Nineveh, man. And going on the ship. He took the route of going on the ship to not necessarily as far as disobey the Most High, but just be filled up within his own pride. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying right here, man, you know what? It's my fault. You know, like I messed up. If we keep reading.
John, so shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. Verse 13.
You understand? And then of course, you understand, like we know, you understand, like the Most High, regardless, you understand, the Most High is going to get what he calls you to do, man. You understand, like everybody, you understand, within the 12 tribes of Israel, they have purpose, man. They truly have purpose, and meaning, you understand, that you have to do, you understand, the work of the Most High, man. Like you know exactly what and what truly needs to be done, man. So if the Most High wanted to replace you, he surely can replace you, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. You understand? Because it's not of your will, but of the Most High will. You understand? Because he created the foundations of the earth, man. Keep going.
Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land, but they could not, for the sea rose and was tempestuous against them. Verse 14. Wherefore they cried unto the Lord and said, we beseech thee, O Lord, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood. For thou, O Lord, hast done as it pleased thee. Verse 15. So they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Verse 16. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and all offered a sacrifice unto the Lord, and made vows.
You understand? And this just shows you how much mercy the Most High has, man. You understand? Because the Most High could have just said, you know what? Since Jonah is on this boat, you understand, I'm just going to cast the whole whole ship over, man. You understand? But the Most High having mercy, man, and knowing that he had truly handpicked Jonah to fulfill a prophecy. You understand? And then Jonah just went on his own way. You understand? Like he just instead of shedding himself of the world, you understand? He just attempted to fit in the world, man. You understand? And of course, you understand, like that's why we do have as far as protocols here within the UPK, man. You understand? Because we truly have to shed ourselves of the world, man. You understand? Because of course, the men above us, they know exactly how the world operates, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot sit up here and say, you know what I'm saying, that Officer Maradaki knows everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be straight up lying to you, man. But I do know that I'll be able to rely on the men above me. You understand? You understand? Because we have rank order here, man, and we have that structure. You understand why? Because you understand, because we know it exactly what the person is going through. You understand? But it's literally up to that person to make that decision, whether they're going to make that phone call, and whether they're going to continue to be in class, whether they're going to continue to share themselves with the world, and whether they're going to continue to seek advice and to seek counseling. And not only with that, of course, you know, take the wise advice. You know what I'm saying? Take the counseling, man. Because if not, man, like we said before, man, it can literally change your whole life, man. It can literally change your whole life, man. Keep going.
Now, the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? To see how people, you know, challenge the Bible, man. I'm not for certain if everybody is familiar with that Nigerian when he was on a ship and he was underwater. You understand? And he was underwater for how many days and how many nights? You understand? Of course, we can look this up, man. You understand? Like, this is definitely not as far as a false story, man. It happened roughly. It had to be anywhere from 3 to 5 years ago, man. This Nigerian, he was on a ship, and he just happened to fall off his ship, and he was in a air pocket for 3 days and 3 nights, and when they found him, he was totally fine. You understand? So, and then of course there's another story. I believe it was in the now, where this tourist, he had he was our oppressor. He was touring people there in now, of course, in Africa again, and it was nothing but hippos there. You know, like the hippopotamus. And of course, you know, you understand, like, you can definitely look up these stories again. And it came to the point where the tourist, he was given a tour in a hippo, and the hippos were coming up to him, and one hippo had swallowed him, and he was in an air pocket. And it, within that article, it was saying he was in that air pocket for roughly around 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? And like, he described exactly how it smelled. He said it smelled like rotten eggs. And of course, you know what I'm saying, I can only imagine, as far as being within a tight space and within a tight air pocket. It's dark, you know what I'm saying? You can't see, and all you're doing is smelling what that hippopotamus had ate previously, or maybe even years upon years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see exactly how Jonah described as far as being within this fish. If we can keep reading.
Jonah chapter 2 verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly.
Uh-huh.
Verse 2. And said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I.
Man, after the belly of hell, man. And if I'm not for certain, man, I believe, you know what I'm saying, like, somebody had wanted not necessarily a breakdown, but some scriptures on hell, man. And this is a good precept, man, as far as dealing with hell, man, because of course hell is not a place that's within the center of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell is a condition, man. You know what I'm saying? Jonah is saying, man, like, my afflictions, man, and I'm in this belly of hell, meaning that I'm in a jacked up situation, man. Like, how can you get me out of this? You know what I'm saying? Can we read that from the top?
Verse 3. For thou, so like it, verse 2, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, dealing with hell as well too. You know what I'm saying? Like you can think about as far as, because I played football in high school. You know what I'm saying? And I played running back, and you know the opposing coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like their main objective, and you can use just football just as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the defensive linemen, the linebackers, the corners, and then a safety. You know what I'm saying? The defense job is to give that person with the ball hell, whether it's the quarterback, whether it's the running back, whether it's the receiver, whether it's the offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to give them hell so they cannot score a touchdown, man. And that's just as far as briefly describes another condition of hell. You know what I'm saying? So of course with this, Jonah is saying, you know what I'm saying, can you Most High just as far as show some mercy on me, you know what I'm saying, because I know exactly what I did wrong, you know what I'm saying, but man, like I'm literally in the belly of a fish, man, the belly of hell, and I'm trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? Because these afflictions and of course you can fast forward it to America today, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are truly in the most hellish condition that we have seen known to man, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I always quote that documentary 13th, man, because they say as far as there are more men and women, mainly blacks and Hispanics, that are within the jail system than they were as far as being captives within slavery, man. And we know exactly how slavery was, man. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly how slavery was, but that article, so like that documentary is saying that there are more people incarcerated right here now, you know what I'm saying, within the year 2020 than it was back, you know what I'm saying, when, within the 30s and 20s, man. You know what I'm saying? So of course, mentally, you know what I'm saying, we are still in slavery, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just not getting beat, you know what I'm saying, with the whip, you know what I'm saying? Like of course they are indeed still hanging us on trees, you know what I'm saying? But of course that's being hidden by social media, you know what I'm saying? But man, like we're constantly in hell, man, constantly in hell, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters can we living from paycheck to paycheck, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't pay our bills on time as a nation. You know what I'm saying? That's true hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like hell is not a fiery place, you know what I'm saying, like that you go to when you die, man. No, man, hell is a true condition, man. And this is exactly what Jonah was going through when he was in that fish, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is exactly what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going through in America, man. Like that's why the Bible says, "Come out of her," man. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad at us as far as the I.S.U.P.K. You understand, when we are on those corners, you understand, like when we are telling our sisters to cover themselves up. You understand, like when we're telling our brothers, you understand, to stop pouring out our women, man. When we're telling sisters to get off the drugs, stop putting brothers on child support, man. Stop trying to gain full custody of the child, man. No matter what, of course, no matter what y'all may be going through, man, trust and believe, man, that there's counselors within the I.S.U.P.K. that will be able to make that situation go by so smoother, man. So you won't have to put them on child support. So you won't have to so you won't have to make that man be another statistic, man. And it's all here within the UPK, man. Can we get that scripture from the top again?
Come. Verse 2. Jonah chapter 2, verse 2. And said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord. And he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I.
You know what I'm saying? Christianity, man, truly is hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Christianity, they do not care about the Most High chosen people, man. Christianity is truly, man, the house of Satan, man. and that's within scriptures as well too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Christian pastor, they do everything that their father do, man. And the Bible has a specific place for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible says destruction unto the pastors, man. That scatter my sheep abroad, man. Meaning, man, you are misleading the Most High chosen people, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These fake Israelite groups as well too, man. You understand? Because they're doing nothing but, quote unquote, as far as trying to attempt to be like the UPK, but they want to Christianize it so much. They want to have American images so much. Look at IUIC, man. They're marching peacefully within these broad cities. It was one in Atlanta, the West Coast, East Coast, man. And you ask yourself, man, like, what is that stemming from, man? That's stemming from slavery, man. They used to march and march and march and march, and what happened, man? Nothing happens during marching, man. Nothing happened at all when you're marching, whatsoever, man. What type of change is marching peacefully does, man? You know what it does? It tells Americans, it tells our oppressor, oh, you know what? That group right there, they're okay to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know, and of course our oppressor knows exactly that the 12 tribes of Israel is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians only, man. So when you're marching within these cities, and when you're trying to join hand in hand with our oppressor and with the Africans and with all these other stinking nations, man, our oppressor is doing nothing but laughing right in your face, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, in the I.S.U.P.K, man, if I could get what is it, John 4:22, we know what we serve. You know what I'm saying? Because we have an understanding of exactly who we are, man. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly what this Bible is truly for, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we have that understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? And with all the fake Israelite groups, man, y'all are learning from us anyway, man. But like I said before, y'all just have to have America over it, man. Y'all just have to have white people over it, man. You just do, man. But why, man? You could get that scripture.
John chapter 4 verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have no idea what you're worshiping, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're worshiping, literally, you're idolizing America, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're not truly, you know what I'm saying, as far as for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that can only be found within the I.S.U.P.K under Community Jenny YAHANNA, man. You're just American, man. You're an American Christian, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody love America so much, man. Everybody just love it so much, man. We say that we Israelites, but we celebrate American holidays, man. In the meantime, of course, we have our own high holy days, man. And that's within the Bible. Oh, you know what? We eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. Oh, you know what? America says that, you know, shrimp, crab, and lobster, they're like a delicacy, man. But no, man, according to the scriptures, man, it say that within our dietary laws that we cannot eat that, man. Pork as well, man. But what, man? America just shoves it down our throat, shoves it down our throat to a point where our mindset is just like, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. You know, I hear what the I.S.U.P.K priests and prophets is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear what Commander Jenny YAHANNA is saying. I hear what the generals, the captains, and the officers are saying. But you know what? It's just something about that pork, man. It's just something about that shrimp, crab, and lobster. It's just something about it. And you know what's truly about it, man? America is in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're truly eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster unknowingly, knowing the dietary laws, man, you know what I'm saying? You're following America ways, man. And you're truly, truly making America great again, man. You know what I'm saying? Because America wasn't built on greatness, man. America was built on rape, rob of the Native Indians, man. The so-called Gadites, man. Or should I get the Gadites, which is the so-called Native Indians, man. If we can get that scripture from the top.
John chapter 4, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
Uh-huh.
We know what we worship.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, within the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, we know exactly what we worship, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that we have our own high holy days. Shalai, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just sister online said that's sad because Nate came from I.S.U.P.K. He ran from the real truth.
Mm-hmm.
Nate is the leader of IUIC, Purple People Eaters. Purple People Eaters, before known as IUIC.
You know what I'm saying?
Also
And
known as.
let's give that sister a hand, you know what I'm saying? Because she's right on point, man. You know what I'm saying? Nathaniel ben Israel, you know what I'm saying, which some people may think, and there's been speculations of him being a Hamite, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, you know what I'm saying, like, he gathers with Hamites, man. Like, he loved Hamites, man. And we think about that sister Joy Morgan, man, which I cannot, as far as go too in deep in detail, man, because that story, man, is very heartbreaking, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very heartbreaking to the sense, man, that it shows, man, that the leader of IUIC, he truly don't care about black people, man. He truly don't care about the 12 tribes of Israel, man, that he learned from the I.S.U.P.K, man. And then what is he doing? He allowed an African come and kill an innocent sister, man. All because of what, man? Speculations of the sister did not want to court him, man. All because of that? A heathen at that? Come on now. The IUIC, GMS, and all these other fake Israelite groups, man, they are not in the truth, man. They cannot truly say that they are in the truth, man. Of course, at some point, they were in the truth, but of course, pride and lust and money and wanting to join hand in hand with these other heathens, man, that's what they decided to do. You know what they decided to do? They decided to join America, man. And in the moment that they turned their back on their brothers here in the UPK, that's when America allowed all of these wicked things that happened to them. And of course, more and more stories have been coming out, man. The generals have been bringing that out, man, since Nathaniel left the truth, man. GMS, man, all these other leaders, man. No, man. The true priests and prophets, of course, only dwells within the I.S.U.P.K, man, under the righteous leadership, under Command General YAHANNA, man.
Right.
And how dare you say, man, that you, how dare you to even think about saying that you have the truth, man? If you can't get in all black, get your boots on, get in class, and be retaught, man. You know what I'm saying? Shed everything that you had in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about as far as having a clear conscience, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have a clear conscience to do what, man? To get everything that you learned that you thought that was right, and then do what? Get fed once again, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants that strong meat coming in, man. No, man, you can't have that strong meat, man. The scripture says you have to have the milk first, man. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talks about being babes in Christ, man. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Because everybody here within the I.S.U.P.K, at some point, man, we were all babes in Christ, man. I know I'm a babe in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm continuing to learn every day, man. I'm continuing to learn these scripture breakdowns, man. I will be sitting up here lying to you if I told you that I knew everything, man. No, man. That's why we continue to get in these classes, man. Continue to follow the men that are above you, man. Continue to take orders, man. Because they know exactly what you're going through, man. And you unknowingly know it, man. Because they're essentially trying to save your life from what, man? From America, man. And that's what we need to realize, man. That we are true, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to our people, man. And all these other fake Israelite groups, I mean, man, good night, man. You got John Gray, man. Right here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. Truly did not care about his people, man. You know what I'm saying? We brought out that article when one of his members, he wanted to know the full story of them being evicted, man. And of course, Commander General YAHANNA prophesied that years ago, man. That destruction was going to come to his church, man. And it did, man. All through an email, man, that got leaked that he was joining hand in hand with our oppressor, man. All over what, man? All over the lust of money, man, and trying to hide something, man. Trying to hide, man. If we can get back to the book of Jonah, Shalaga, I believe it was on Jonah, chapter 2 and verse 3. I believe so.
Jonah chapter 2 verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas.
You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, like at this given time, Jonah began to pray, man. You know what I'm saying? Jonah began to pray to the Most High, saying, man, listen, man, I knew I messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was supposed to go to Nineveh. But if you could, you know what I'm saying? If you could, Baba Kasha, let me out of this fish, man. Let all my afflictions and let me get out of this condition, man. And we're going to see what the Most High did. If we can drop down to verse 10.
Jonah chapter 2 verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto the fish, and it vomited out Jonah upon the dry land.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, like going back to that story of our oppressor, that European man, that white man, you understand, as far as when he was in that hippo for 7 hours, and you can read the story, you understand, like it says within 7 hours he got spit up within dry land. You saying, meaning that he was in that air pocket for 7 hours, man. Meaning that it is possible to live within an air pocket, man. Or within a belly of a fish. If we can go to Jonah chapter 3 now, sir.
Jonah chapter 3 verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto Jonah the second time, saying, Arise, go unto Nineveh, the great city.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is telling Jonah once again, you know what I'm saying, because the Most High is so merciful, man. You know what I'm saying, like we need to truly realize, man, who we truly serve, man. You know what I'm saying, because the Most High shows mercy on the ones that He wants to draw out of, man. You know what I'm saying, meaning bring out what is already in them, man. You know what I'm saying, that Latin term, educare, man. Bring out what's already in them, man. This is exactly what the Most High was doing, man. Saying, you know what, John, I'm going to give you a second time, man. Keep reading, sir, if you don't mind.
Come, and preach unto it the preaching that I bid thee.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know what I'm saying, go and do exactly what I told you to do the first time, man. Keep going.
Verse 3. So Jonah arose and went into Nineveh.
Man, you understand? So of course, you understand, like the Most High is only going to beat you up so many times, man. And it took only Jonah that second time to realize, you know what? I need to stop playing with the Most High, man. I need to take this a little bit more serious, man. I need to just take it. I just need to, you know, like instead of having 1.5 feet in, you need to go ahead and get 2 feet in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to class this week or I'm going to go to class next week, man. You know what? So, you know what? Even if I don't come to class physically, I can go and rewatch the classes, man. I can share these classes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hold this all to myself. I want to know any and everybody that I know. I want them to learn about this truth because I'm learning it. You understand? So, of course, you know what I'm saying? You want to be able to the point where you're able to spread this truth, man. And I take it just a tad bit serious, man. Tad serious to the point where you're all in for this truth, man. Meaning that you have left America away, and what, man? You want to get yourself together, man. You want to be able to have everything that is promised to you within this Bible, man. Meaning that you're willing to put down any and everything that you learn from America, its holidays, its ways, and you want to be 2 feet in. Meaning, man, that you're willing to take those orders, man. That you're willing to sacrifice any and everything that you may have built up in America, man. Because the Most High, He will indeed tear it down eventually, man. He will indeed tear it down eventually to the point where you have to realize that, you know what? All right, I need to go and stop playing and get my 2 feet in, get in class, and be able to get a broad understanding on what the Most High has for me, man. If we can keep reading.
Come, according to the word of the Lord. Now Nineveh was an exceeding great city of 3 days' journey.
You understand? So of course, you understand, like as far as going back to the Assyrian Empire, man. You understand? Like we need to realize that of course Israel was there, man. You understand? Like this is where our people were taken to, man. You understand? Within the split of the northern and southern tribes, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. And Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey.
Mm-hmm.
And he cried and said, Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown.
He said, what now?
And Nineveh, yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown.
No, he thought about it.
Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be destroyed,
You
shall
understand?
be overthrown.
Oh, you know what? That exactly saying that it's going to happen, man. You understand? It's going to happen, man. You understand? Like he just said, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what the Most High wants me to do, man. I'm going to go up to Nineveh and I'm going to say, you know what, Nineveh, y'all have 40 days, man. Or this place is going to be, it's just going to be bushes, man. It's going to be nothing, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. So the people of Nineveh believed God and proclaimed a fast.
You know what I'm saying? So, like we have to ask our questions. You know what I'm saying? If the Most High chose Jonah to go to Nineveh to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like say that Nineveh only has 40 days. You know, so like we have to ask ourselves, why and truly are the people of Nineveh fasting now, man? You know, so like that is a question that we have to ask ourselves. It's like, why are they fasting? You know what I'm saying? Because of course, when we read in the first chapter of Jonah, we had a realization that Jonah was a wicked place, man. You know what I'm saying? Jonah was a wicked place. So, and of course, the journey that Jonah was going through, being swallowed by the fish, Jonah was still doing their wickedness, man. Jonah was, Nineveh still had wickedness throughout it, man. So why now are they truly fasting, man? Why are they truly fasting now, man? Give a second for if anybody want to take a shot on it, and within the ones that are viewing on class. You know, like why are the people in Nineveh, which of course would have been the northern kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Like why are they fasting now? For time's sake, and of course if anybody does answer it, you know what I'm saying? Like they are doing it, you know what I'm saying, to pray reverence to the Most High, man. Meaning, man, like they understand exactly that this was a wicked place, man, and that they did not want to tempt the Most High. Keep reading.
Come and put on sackcloth, from the greatest of them even to the least of them.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning from the greatest of them to the least of them, man. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, those ones that are in the goods, so like in the hoods of America, man. That one way in, that one way out, man. Those hoods, man. To the ones, you know what I'm saying, that are the quote unquote stars of Hollywood, man. Meaning the Beyoncés, man. Meaning the Jay-Z's. Meaning that stinking Kanye West, man. The Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar, man. John Gray, man. That Beyonce, man. Good night, man. She has a church down in Atlanta, and all they do is they sing hymns of her songs, man. They call it the Babel, B-E-H, Babel, and all they do is have her songs within, which is supposed to be the Bible, man. Same with Kanye West, man. Has his own church, and what do, man? They sing, man. They sing, man. They sing, man. To the point, man, where Kanye West, when he had his sermon at Joel Osteen Church down there in Houston, man. It came to a point, man, where after the sermon was over, and this happened this year, so like last year, you know what I'm saying, around September, October, they actually sold that sermon. You know what I'm saying? Of course, once it was all over, for $500 a sermon, man. $500 a sermon, man. And what is that doing to our people, man? Making them idolize Kanye West, man. You got something to say, sir?
Yeah, just a couple people answered the question online.
Oh, okay.
Why did they fast? Kazak said they believed God.
Mm-hmm.
Kazak also said they wanted to shed their wickedness.
Right.
And Shara said for mercy.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And all those are definitely perfect and correct answers, man. You know what I'm saying? The people of Nineveh, they wanted to of course show the Most High, you know what I'm saying, that they understand that they are wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? That they understand that what they thought they were doing right was also wrong, man. Just like in America, man. I mean, like the Most High is giving us mercy, man. Mercy upon mercy, upon mercy, man. Upon mercy. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get everything right, man. Because the Most High knows, you know what I'm saying, that not everyone is born into this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't born into this truth, man. Of course, it would have been phenomenal to be able to be born and raised into this truth, man. But a person has to be groomed into this truth. A person, of course, first has to actually physically hear the truth and get a little bit more information and be consistent within coming to classes, man. We can keep reading.
God. Verse 6. For word came unto the king of Nineveh, and he arose from his throne, and he laid his robe from him, and covered him with sackcloth, and satin ashes. Verse 7. And he caused it to be proclaimed and published through Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything, let them not feed nor drink water. Verse 8.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like they truly feared the Most High, man. They truly feared the Most High, and we're gonna get into verse 8, and it's gonna go a little bit deeper into it, sir.
Verse 8. But let man and beast be covered with sackcloth, and cry mightily unto God. Yea, let them turn every one from his evil way, and from the violence that is in their hands. Verse 9. Who can tell if God will turn and repent, and turn away from his fierce anger, that we perish not? Verse 10. And God saw their works, that they turned from their evil way, and God repented of the evil. You
understand? So what does it mean when the Most High repented? What does it truly mean when the Most High repented? You know what I'm saying? Because of course this is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the creator of all things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he created the foundations of the earth, man. So what does it mean when the Most High, when the scripture is saying the Most High repented? Give it a couple moments. Hopefully we don't know there's been like a delay and everything, but we're gonna give it some time for this one here. What does it mean when it says the Most High repentant? Give it a couple more moments here. Maybe another minute or two. All right, no sweat. So it's meaning, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High changed his mind from the evil. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that the Most High changed his mind as far as taking back his punishment. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, he did send Jonah there to prophesy and say that that Nineveh will be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Within 40 nights. But of course, the Most High being so merciful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's seen that his people was able to turn away and truly come out of Nineveh. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, as far as come out of his wrongdoings in its wickedness, that the Most High, he changed his mind pertaining to his punishment, man. Pertaining to his punishment, man. You understand? Because of course, we do know that the Most High is the power above all powers, man. The power of all powers. I mean, man, like he's everything, man. You understand? Meaning with everything, man. Meaning that all creation comes from him, man. All creation. You understand? Everything that we can think of, man. It truly comes from the Most High, man. Whether it's good or evil, man. But of course, you know, within the Christian church, man, within that Muslim mosque, you said they're going to beat on you, 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 meaning beating their philosophy on you, man. Meaning beating America within you, man. And they say, oh, you know what? We're in a cult, man, because we're following the Most High law, statutes, and commandments. Oh, you know what? We in a pork because you know what? When we go to restaurants or fast food restaurants, we ask them, you know what? Does that have pork lard in it? Or, you know, what type of fish is that? Or, you know what? Oh, you know what? What type of sushi is that? No, man, because we understand, man, that the Most High, he can truly cut us off if we eat that pork, man. If he desires to, man. And be able to replace us, replace us within seconds, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High showed mercy, man. The Most High showed mercy on them, man. On Nineveh, man. And he drew away his punishment, man. He just drew it away, man. If we can go down to Jonah chapter 4 and verse 1 for some time's sake.
Jonah chapter 4 verse 1.
You understand? And of course, you know what I'm saying, you know, Jonah, as far as, you know, let me put it like this, is a Christian pastor or, you know, someone that's over a congregation, whether it's a Christian church, whether it's a fake Israelite group, whether it's the Muslim mosque, whether it's, you know, believing in Kemet or just not believing in God at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a leader, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, everybody would just want to literally give themselves all the worship or give themselves all the credibility, man. All of it, man. And we're going to see what Jonah did, man. Go ahead.
Jonah chapter 4 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
But it displeased Jonah exceedingly,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very angry. And he prayed unto the Lord and said, I pray thee, O Lord, was not this my saying?
Was this not what saying?
Was this not my saying?
My saying, man. Meaning, man, didn't I say this? Didn't I do this? Didn't I do this? What does that sound like, man? Just like we said before, we said, man, self-worship, man. And where do you get self-worship from, man? America. Celebrating the birthdays, and then what? We hear so many deaths happen on birthdays. I mean, good night, man. We just had the quote-unquote New Year. And what, man? So many killings happening, man. So much more wickedness happening, man. Just so much and so much and so much to the point where it's like, man, like, good night, man. Will Israel truly understand, man, that this self-worship, man, is going to lead you nothing but into the ditch, man? Because the scripture says, man, the blind leading the blind into the ditch, man. Your Christian pastors, man, in these Muslim mosques, man, they are doing nothing but leading you into the ditch, man, following after their own philosophies, man. Following after their own philosophies, following after the Roman Catholic Church, following that of course has been nothing but trickled down to the Christian church, that is trickled down to the black community, man. Because they only pressure this on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, because they know that that Bible is truly for us, man, and it's by us, man. And that's just the hard truth, man, that we truly need to understand, man, that this Bible is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And once it become Americanized, that's when they'll be able to change it, man. Just like in Romans 1:25, man, where it says, who changed the truth of the God into a lie, man? And serve what? The creature more than the creator, man. And that's exactly what's happening, man, right here in America now, man. We are serving each creature more than the creator, man. Why? All because, you know what? We can't do our 90 days, or, you know, like we can't continue to shed ourselves of the world, and we can't continue to be role models for America. But you know what, man? We are, of course, truly, man. And I mean this dearly, man. From the bottom of my heart, man. The I.S.U.P.K, man. We are truly on the front line, man, when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. If we can keep reading.
God. And he and he prayed unto the Lord and said, I pray thee, O Lord, was not this my saying when I was yet in my country? Therefore I fled before unto Tarshish, for I knew that thou art a gracious God, and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repentest thee of the evil.
You understand? So in all all actuality, you know, like Jonah built up with self pride and self worship. Truly, man, Jonah didn't care if the people were destroyed or not, man. Jonah truly did not care if the people were destroyed or not, and it said that right in that first verse, man. He said, weren't these my words? You know what I'm saying? Isn't this what I said? It's like he wanted to truly just save himself from it, man. If we can keep reading.
God. Verse 3. Therefore now, O Lord, take, I beseech thee, my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live.
You know what I'm saying? Man, good night, man. He said, it's better for me to die than to live, man. So why do we really think that Jonah said this, that it's better for me to die to live, man? And think about the time frame, and thinking about exactly what was going on in the people that was around him, man. Think about that, man. So why did Jonah say it's better for me to die to live, man? And it's a question that, you understand, hopefully someone will be able to answer. You know, why did Jonah say within here right now that it's better for me to die than to live, man? I'm going to give it one more minute, man. One more minute. And it just sounds so crazy, man. It's like when we truly think about that, like it essentially sounds crazy that a person would die all because of pride, and all because of self-worship, and all because of what he said, because what he said goes. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you know, like, why is Jonah saying that it's better for him to die now than to live? Nobody? Yes, sir.
Nah,
All right, no sweat.
it is a little bit of a delay though.
Okay, no sweat. I'll give it a couple more moments, a couple more seconds. understand? And they call us crazy here within the I.S.U.P.K, man. They call us crazy for wearing our warlike apparel, you know what I'm saying, on the streets, getting boot kisses from our oppressor, getting true answers from our oppressor themselves, man. Because they know, our oppressor truly knows that we are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. That white man knows that we are the greatest people that ever walked on this face of this earth, man. They truly know it, man. All right, go ahead, sir.
I guess it seems like Kazak is saying he thought the word of the Lord didn't matter. But he thought the word Lord didn't matter.
That's kind of on it, you understand? But think about, you understand, Jonah saying that this is my word. You understand? Me being prideful and thinking highly of himself, and he didn't want to go back to a specific place, meaning Nineveh, and meaning, you understand, meaning, and I'm just gonna give it to you. He didn't want to seem as if he was a false prophet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to make it seem like, you know, that you know, what the Most High told him was false, man. Meaning, of course, you know what I'm saying, and of course, when the head priest Arya said that that the world was going to end in 2000, man, everybody bashed him, said that, oh, you know what? That's a false prophet, man. No, man. What happened here, man? What happened here, man? Everybody thought that Jonah was a false prophet, man. Meaning, man, no, man. No. And we gonna keep on reading, and we're gonna get into it just a little bit more, if you don't mind, to keep on reading, sir.
Come. Verse 4. Then said the Lord, doest thou well to be angry? Doest thou well to be angry? Verse 5. So Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city, and there made him a booth, and sat under it in the shadow till he might see what would become of the city.
You understand? Meaning that, you know, Jonah, you know, being shameful now that, you know, thinking that he's a false prophet, saying that, oh, you know what, man, like maybe the Most High is not with me. You know what I'm saying? Or saying, you know, like, man, like maybe, you know, like maybe this truth is not for me, man. So what did he do? He crawled up under, he just pretty much went to himself, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is getting ready to cut him so serious, man, and just straight to the point, man. If we can keep reading.
God. Verse 6. And the Lord God prepared a gourd.
You know what I'm saying? And a gourd is just a fruit or vegetable around a hard shell. You understand? Meaning that, you know what I'm saying, like that the Lord, he prepared this squash. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Of course, you can look up that word gourd, and it's just going to say a fruit or vegetable that has an hard shell on the outside, meaning a squash. You understand? Keep going.
And the Lord God prepared a gourd and made it to come up over Jonah, that it might be a shadow over his head.
You understand? Meaning that, you know, like Jonah's thinking that oh, you know what, man, the Most High is about to destroy Nineveh. You know, all because of what? All because of my words, man. And if you look into history dealing with squash, man, squashes, they could become so big to the point where they fill up, as far as they fill up, or they have to be transported by big trucks, and sometimes big semi trucks, man. You can look it up on Google, Yahoo. I mean, like just use your search engines, man. Like you will be able to see, you know, saying how big and enormous that these squashes become, man. So of course, yes, you will be able to actually put a body within a squash, man. Keep going.
Come. To deliver him from his grief.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonah was exceeding glad of the gourd.
You say me like, oh man, you know what? I'm about to put these people to rest, man. All because they thought that I was a false prophet, man. Keep going.
Verse 7. But God prepared a worm when the morning rose the next day, and it smote the gourd that it withered. Verse 8. And it came to pass, when the sun did arise, that God prepared a vehement east wind, and the sun beat upon the head of Jonah, that he fainted, and wished in himself to die, and said, it is better for me to die than to live.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, he keeps saying that, man. You know, once again, like the Most High, he told me to go to this place. I done been in the belly of a fish. I done been cast out a ship. I done heard him his second time, and now it's to the point where, you know what, once again, it's better for me to die than to live, man, because he's just shameful and he's just hurt on the inside because he's built up with so much pride and just so much disgust within himself, thinking that the Most High is not going to fulfill what he said. You know what I'm saying? If we can drop down to verse 10 and we're going to get an understanding of how and why the Most High did not destroy Nineveh just yet.
Verse 10. Then said the Lord, thou hast had pity on the gourd, for the which thou hast not labored, neither madest it grow.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, man, that listen, Jonah, man, like you are not, like how can you compare yourself to, you know what I'm saying, like my thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like how can you compare yourself to exactly what I had planned? You know what I'm saying? Meaning, of course, you know what I'm saying, Nineveh, they were able to turn their ways and to be able to repent of exactly what was going on. So man, like why wouldn't the Most High show mercy upon the northern tribe, man? Because they did exactly what they were supposed to do within that 40 days, man. So why not give a reward, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High chosen people, man? So the Most High did not destroy Nineveh just yet. We can keep reading.
Come. Verse 11. Finish at verse 10. Which came up in a night and perished in a night. 11. And should not I spare Nineveh, that great city, wherein are more than 60,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and their left hand.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like meaning, like man, like you worrying about a fruit. You know what I'm saying? Something that can be compared to what? Something that can be compared to materialistic things, man. Versus a whole city of people that have been doing wrong, but they turned away, and you're going to pick a fruit or something materialistic like what? A car, something like a man, a female, your kids, smoking weed, drinking, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, following into the flaws of America, all over. Some people that actually turned themselves around and repenting from what they were doing wrong, all because of that. You're gonna choose a fruit. You understand? All over some people that were actually doing exactly what the Most High wanted them to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, man, like of course you cannot worry about your reputation, man, in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because once you become out of the world, man, you're in this world, but you're not of this world, man. Meaning in the sense of America, man. You know what I'm saying? We are living in hell right now, man. If you can wake up and say, oh, you know what? I'm living the American dream, man. Oh, okay. While your other people, as far as the 12 tribes of Israel, just living in the most hellish condition, man. Thinking about being just being trapped on the inside, not being able to fulfill what the Most High truly has done for you, all because of America, man. All because America put within our mindsets saying that, you know what, you have to think simple. You have to be a simple-minded people, man. But in the scripture, it says within Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6, it says that we are a holy people, man, meaning that we should be separate from America, man. And it says that we are above all these other nations, man. So once we become together and become one, of course, man, we will be able to conquer this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ, he is coming back with the 200,000 angels, man. But the Most High has continued to show us mercy, man. Because why, man? Because he wants that crackhead off drugs, man. Because he wants that woman to stop being a whore, man. He wants that pastor to stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. He wants that baby to be able to grow up and be able to hear the priests and prophets on them corners, man. This is what the Most High wants, man. This is exactly what the Most High wants, man. But of course, it's all within the Most High hands, man. It's all within the Most High hands, man. And he has sent priests and prophets to be able to warn you far and far and far way back, man, since 1969, man. So of course, you know what I'm saying, World War III is going to happen, man. Nuclear warfare is going to happen, man. It's like nuclear thermal warfare is going to happen, man. So while you're sitting here, you know what I'm saying, thinking that, oh, you know, I still got my one foot in and one foot out. Oh, you know what? I want to listen to IUIC and I.S.U.P.K. and then come up with my own doctrine. No, man. No, man. And just to show you that Jonah prophecy did happen, we're going to go to the book of Tobit, chapter 14 and verse 4. We're going to go to the book of Tobit, chapter 14 and verse 4. You know what I'm saying? And why Officer Dawda is getting that, of course, within and just for time's sake, you know what I'm saying, Tobit chapter 7 and verse 3, you know what I'm saying, it talks about the lineage of, like we were saying, from Argentina to Chile. You know what I'm saying? So many years later, after they're traveling, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they were saying, you know what I'm saying, like, oh man, you know, like it was a crazy man talking that, you know, that this place we're going to end and it didn't really happen. Now, man, we're going to fast forward and see exactly how Jonah prophecy was fulfilled. We can read it, sir.
Tobit chapter 14, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Go into Media, my son.
Mm-hmm.
For I surely believe those things which Jonah the prophet spake of Nineveh.
Mm-hmm.
That it shall be overthrown.
Man, that it should be what?
That it shall be overthrown.
Meaning, man, that Jonah prophecy truly happened, man. Jonah prophecy truly happened, man. Meaning, of course, you know, like they were traveling and said, oh, you know what? Man, like whatever happened to when that prophecy came upon Jonah in years upon years happened. And then what, man? It truly did happen, man. That prophecy truly did happen, man. You understand? So, of course, man, we need to realize, man, that this place that we're living in now, man, it's been prophesied within the Bible, man, that it's going to happen, man. It's truly going to happen. If we can get the book of Psalms, chapter 137, beginning at verse 5.
Psalms chapter 137, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
If I forget thee, O Jerusalem.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, we have to ask ourselves, what is Jerusalem, man? You know what I'm saying? It's talking about our nation, man. Meaning the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Our capital, man. Keep going.
Let my right hand forget her cunning.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have to we have to realize, man, that we cannot forget our people like Jay-Z does, man. We can't forget about our people like Kanye West does, man. We can't forget about our people and our reputation, you know what I'm saying, within our nation, like Pastor Willie did, man, with that obscene video, man, that he let America see, man. And that's as far as the image that our oppressor sees, man, when they think about black people, man. We cannot forget about Nathaniel, man. We can't forget about Eddie Long, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cannot forget about the molesters here within America, man. That's something that we cannot forget about, man, because they don't give a damn about black people, man. Shalakia. They truly do not care about black people, man. IUIC, GMS saying that it's okay to molest kids, man. No, man, it's not, man, because the Bible is against that, man. And that's something that, of course, Jerusalem, meaning our nation, we need to realize that, man, that something is truly wrong with America, man. Just like the scripture is saying, like we were saying before, man, we need to truly come out of America, man, and be able to grasp on the information what the priests and prophets is saying, man, and be able to get a broad understanding on what, man, on man, we are truly all we have, man. We are truly on what we have, man. Keep reading.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
You know what I'm saying? Remember the children of Edom, man. Meaning, man, remember everything that they have done to the Most High chosen people, man. Remember them, man. Remember them in the sense of all. You know what? Man. Remember Esau, man, how they just brainwashed the Most High chosen people, man. The Most High has a place for them, man. The Most High truly has a place for them, man. And we're going to drop that, man, because I had something that I need to get to, man, as far as dealing with, just real quick, just dealing with as far as headgear and fringes in the UPK, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, your guard raw piece over. If you got any questions as far as dealing with head attire, and of course, you know what I'm saying, like we have the Passover coming up, and Captain Shapar Napash and Officer Danya Allah stated that they do need 40 women to be a service of the Passover. You understand? So if you do want to be a service of the Passover, and you are a woman, you understand, of course, get in contact with Captain Shapar Napash or Officer Danya Allah. Of course, you'll be able to contact your camp leader pertaining to that. You understand? Because you understand, the Passover is going to be glorious, man. You understand? The 51st Passover is going to be glorious, man. If we can get some time, if we can get Numbers chapter 15 and verse 37. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to as far as proper headwear, you know what I'm saying, like within the UPK, you know what I'm saying, of course we go and do everything that is scriptural. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that what's in the Bible and not what American has doctrine to be accepted within our community, man.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 37.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 38, speak unto the children of Israel.
You understand? Of course, once again, man, we are speaking unto the children of Israel, man. That's you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. That makes up the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Keep going.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
You know what I'm saying? Fringes on the borders of their garments, man. On the border or them garments, man. Keep going.
Throughout their generations.
Mm-hmm.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning a ribbon of blue, man. Meaning, man, that your fringes should not be on your headpiece, man. Of course, if it is on the headpiece, it has to be within the border of that actual headpiece, man. but mainly the fringes were mainly to be put on your garments or on your warlike apparel, man. You know what I'm saying? And then of course here within the I.S.U.P.K, man, just like the headpiece I have on now, you know what I'm saying? You're saying, like, of course this one has indeed been approved. You know what I'm saying? Also, we do have some more headpieces that I just want to point out as well too. You know what I'm saying? That has been approved as well too. You know, and this one right here is one of Officer your guard WAP specials, and then also this one as well too, man. Is one of Officer your guard WAP specials as well too. You know what I'm saying? And then also, you know what I'm saying, like when it comes to metries as well too. You know what I'm saying? Like we give classes, you know what I'm saying? Like we as far as have YouTube videos on how to properly wrap a metri, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a proper metri. You know what I'm saying? Like within the UPK, you know what I'm saying? Like you see, you know, the generals, the captains, and officers wear them. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, when you're at the cookhouse, you understand? You know, this is you know, just a leisure, you know what I'm saying, headpiece, man. And then of course, you know what I'm saying, like we have, and of course we have been taught through the Jewish doctrine, and as far as following their customs, that it's okay for your headpiece to have tassels on them, man. And that's not within biblical that's not biblical at all, man. You know, like this right here, this is not biblical whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is literally a scarf, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a scarf, man. So this right here should not be taken as a headpiece, or, you know, thinking that you'll be able to wear this and replace it as fringes, man. No, man, these are just straight up and down. These are tassels, man. These are just straight tassels, and of course, you see fake Israelite groups. They will wear fringes on the bottom of their T-shirts, and I seen it to the point where I seen a I believe it was in Sakari. You know what I'm saying? Because they are known for wearing these, and like they have like the little what is it called? Like the little linen over their heads. You know what I'm saying? And that's not UPK at all, man. And then also it came to a point where I had seen fringes on the bottom of shorts, meaning is as far as how they put fringes on the bottom of their T-shirts, they also put fringes on the bottom of their actual shorts, man, and not on the border. You know what I'm saying? Meaning as far as where oh man, what's the word I'm looking for? Where the oh man, also Dawud help me out. Where the seam. Oh man, I'm thinking about when we put border fringes on our pants.
Yeah, the seam.
Yeah. Where the seam meets. You know what I'm saying? So right on the side, exactly where it meets. So, and I've even seen brothers put fringes on their covers, man. They would have them, you know what I'm saying, like right here. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have the fringes right here, because that's exactly where the seam is at, man. Not around the collar or on the bottom of it. They put them right there because why, man? Because it's biblical, man. It's biblical, man. Were there any other questions, comments online, sir?
Nah, sir.
All right, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna end out the class, and of course, let me just go ahead and because give me 1 second here. 1 second here. Some couple announcements that we got. Here we go. So of course, here within the Carolinas, you know what I'm saying, we have our camp leader, Officer Natazah. He's teaming up with the historian, Officer Thabawan, out of Durham. You know what I'm saying? Like they're and Shalagi, if he's not for Durham, but I know that he's part of the North Carolina camp. But I know that he's within that Durham Raleigh area. So they'll be doing a lecture called Revolution versus Christianity, the destruction of slave rebellion in the America. And this is, of course, like stated before, is going to be held by Officer Natazah and Officer Thabawan. This is going to be on January 26th, and it's going to be held within the I.S.U.P.K, North Carolina. And the address is 2534 South Roxborough Street in Durham, North Carolina. Is going to be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, Lord allow, you know what I'm saying, we will be broadcasting that from our South Carolina page. And also, of course, the Passover. Passover is going to be held April 9th, 2020, at the Westchester County Center. That's 198 Central Avenue, White Plains, New York, 10606. And of course, if you're in the South Carolina area, you can contact 803-386-8553 or 1westsc@gmail.com. We'll do the security announcements. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers chapter 18 verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. Upcoming holy convocation will be the Purim. This is the 14th day of the 15th day of the 12th month. Saturday, March 7th, and Sunday, March 8th. You can find this in Esther chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. Remind Akim Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, and headband. And with that, shalom.